Well, okay. Now it's live. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Broken Fates. Artem's out for this week. He'll be back next week. Richard is here, but down a camera, and that's okay. We're gonna roll some dice. We're gonna
Do our best.
meet the three blind mice, and we're gonna do a third thing so I can say thrice. And those are my rhymes.
Almost had it.
Yeah. All right. Who would like to recap what happened last week?
I can do it once I get us a sick track.
Mm.
No, it's a pretty regular one. So last time I think we investigated the King in Yellow. We went to the police, the guard precinct. We got some clues about what had been going on. That there were three seemingly unrelated murders of different walks of life, income, and parts of the city. They had strange bumps or holes on them, indicating some kind of biting or stinging. And so we went to go investigate. While we were investigating, we came across a merchant, a friend of Bo, who sold mushrooms and antidotes, which would be a surprise tool we'll use for later. So after we do that, we go back to the precinct, police precinct, and look at the bodies, and then we decide to go check out one of the homes, which is in the High Roller or the Cloud District. I'm sure you've never been there before. Part of town, and we meet his very upset partner, who may or may not have known about his illicit activities going on. But we got a clue there that told us to go to a bar. I forget the tavern. Something about short half pint. I think it was for little folk.
The party starts at sunset in the third alley past Half Pints.
Yes, half pints. So we went there, and they were doing chicken races or chicken fights there. But we couldn't partake in that because we were hot on the trail of this possible serial killer. That took us to the alleyway, and then we were in a different bar or something like that. Oh no, we were just like, Henry, if your boss is involved, just take us to your boss. And
Yeah,
she's
that's
like,
kind of what happened.
she's like, listen, my boss is gonna want to kill me after what we've done today. It's like, only if she doesn't know yet. So let's roll those dice. So we went there, and we met people from Henry's backstory, the mafia,
Yeah.
the tiefling twins, a big guy, and then eventually the matron herself, who is looking to make some big moves in. I should learn where we are.
Teleport.
Tallyport.
Is the city, yeah.
Is it Tallyport or Tallyport?
It depends on where you're from.
I feel like most. It's slurs it, so Tallyport.
That's
Or
normally
Talbor.
yeah, it could be. Yeah, teleport, like with the short I, guess is how it was in my brain. But
We're not from Maryland. We're from Maryland.
Baltimore,
Or
Maryland.
Merlin.
Yep.
Baltimore, Maryland. So Talport, and yeah, basically she's like, yeah, I'm doing crimes and stuff, and I'm looking to make big moves with a plan that I'm sure you don't know anything about right now, because why would you? And not that we just foiled it like 45 minutes earlier. And we were basically like, listen, we'll go take care of this King in Yellow, since it sounds like that's what you're trying to do. And she was like, bet. He's underground. So we rested up. We went into the caverns. We avoided some traps. We confronted him. He turned out to be made of a bunch of bugs in a cloak of yellow. And then we beat him. But not before Azov took a massive amount of damage and became infected
Hit points.
with the poison that was killing a bunch of people. which is thankfully the whole reason why we made that detour to go talk to the antidote guy, because he had exactly what Azov needed to not die. So he took some of those mushrooms to heal up, and in his stupor, he had a vision or a memory of his homeland, which seemed to have a lot of Tritons, some kind of war or conflict, and a very, very powerful and scary, fathomless fish god of some kind. And that's where we left it.
That is where we left it. Richard, do you want to just keep the camera off on your end?
If you can do that now, yeah.
Okay, yeah, because now it is off for whatever reason, so I have to rearrange the boxes either way.
Oh, sorry, I had to open up another app.
Yeah, I think that's why. So I would just keep it off then, and I'll just move the boxes now.
Nope, it's on.
Yeah, no, it's on. I'll just keep it on. Sorry, I didn't realize switching apps would do that.
I didn't think so either. That's why I was like, okay, I'll just. It's all good. It's not a big deal. I can write it. Yeah. Okay. So, yeah, Azov got high, and you guys beat the boss. Yay. So, I think we can probably just pick up, I suppose, maybe as Azov is sobering up after that incident. At this point, it's evening time, so if there's other things you guys really wanted to do this evening, I suppose you could, but otherwise, probably getting to be about quitting time. But we will resume as Azov gets his wits back about him.
Do we want to go turn in the King in Yellow bounty now, or do we just want to wait until they come and find us later?
What time is it?
It's probably, I'm not gonna say it's late, but it's probably like somewhere like around 8-9 p.m.
Let's just do it tomorrow.
Okay. Oh, and we need to head back to whatchamacallit tavern.
The Loose Tongue.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's where.
That's where they said that they were gonna meet us.
This
Are we
should
still on
be-
day 5?
There we go. It is. Yes. Yeah, you're still on
Okay.
that day. Mm-hmm.
I'm not dating every session.
Or I guess it's. Sorry, you're on calendar day. Yes, this is nighttime of calendar day number 5.
Cool.
All right. So yeah, you're presently here in the Loose Tongue.
Oh, okay, cool. So, like, are you good now? Like, you're fine now? Mostly?
Yes, I'm good. Oh shit, my head hurts. I didn't say anything weird while I was, I assume, passed out in a very manly posture.
Everybody
You're
says
right.
weird stuff when they use my stuff. It's okay.
Your eyes got a little buggy.
Yeah?
Like, you
Yeah.
were, I don't know, looked like you were taking some kind of adventure.
I didn't think you said anything that was like compromising at all.
Good. Good. Not that I have anything compromising to say, were I to do that. Of course, obviously.
No, it's just jibber jabber about some like fathomless kind of thing or whatever.
Sure, it's nonsense,
I just fishy stuff, doesn't really mean nothing to me.
Yes. Yes. Well, anywho, I'm
Well-
going to bed.
Have a good night.
We have some mats there in the back in case people need to lie down after one too many.
I think we'll get a
Think-
room.
I think I'm just going to get a room.
All right, suit yourself.
Can you imagine what those mats smell like?
Mushrooms.
Piss.
Ugh.
Piss mushrooms.
Mushrooms and... Ugh. Gross.
Well, you all take care, and if you ever need them, don't forget to munch on the rest of those mushrooms. Gives you a good feeling for a little bit, keeps you safer for a long time.
Right, so the one you gave me, where would you, on a scale of like 1 to 10, where did that fall in terms of feeling good to not?
Well, you gotta remember, your trip is based on what's going on in your own noggin. Now, if you want to talk intensity, where would I put the Just for Fungus? 7.
That was a 7.
I would say a 7.
You gave me a 7? That was a 7.
That's a 7. You feel not poisoned, right?
I suppose.
You're not poisoned.
Great. Thanks.
And, listen, far be it from me to make any judgment calls, but it kind of looked like you were maybe choking or drowning there for a moment or two, so if you ever need, I know this is a weird thing to say to a Triton like yourself, but swimming lessons, I do know a guy.
I'll keep that in mind.
All right.
Anyways,
Y'all take care.
good work, everyone, today. Dealing with would-be kings in yellow. There were a bunch of bugs. Can I look at... do I still have, like, a bunch of holes there now?
They're probably scabbing up, but yeah.
Ooh, this will make a great scar.
We got out quick though. We went straight there. We didn't screw around too long, even though there looked like there was stuff to screw around with.
Yeah. You know, I've definitely had missions go worse.
Like you actually died, or because you were, that looked pretty bad.
No, other people died. A lot of other people died.
Of course. Yeah.
I was fine. I had it under control.
Insight check.
Fuck, that was close.
Oh, it's a -1. Oh,
Well, hold on. I am charismatic. For bluffing, will we see deception or performance?
Did Azov say that out loud? Well, no, hold on. I am charismatic.
Yeah. I guess they're the same either way.
heart.
It was
What?
totally under control.
Yo, on my screen it shows a 14. That's crazy. I'm sure it was. Absolutely under control.
But thank you both for not letting me die. Would have really ruined my whole week. Jokes! Anyways, good night. He's
Good
gonna turn
night.
quickly and he's gonna scurry away. Probably go throw up whatever he ate earlier.
Oh. All right. Is there any night business that folks want to do? Otherwise, we can scrub ahead a little bit.
She usually has to go to the bathroom at like 1 a.m. because she doesn't stop drinking water ever.
Mm-hmm.
And that's it.
Same.
Like, why would I stop drinking water late at night when I am thirsty? I'll suffer. It's fine.
Alrighty. So shall we roll ahead to the morning, or like it's more like early after? Nah, it's like morning, early to midday when you're going to meet Bertrand again to head into the castle and do all that business.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we'll just pretty much just stay on the same screen then, and Ranji's gonna go away here, and no, you know what? Before Bertrand's there, you enter the Loose Tongue, and there's another pal up there, just kind of doing his thing, and you walk in, and he's just like, "Hey, what the dwarf say to the elf? How's the weather up there? Huh? All right, you didn't
They're
like
like-
that one.
Is there a crowd at least?
There's like 2 people.
coming down the stairs, I'll just go like, woo! And I'll like clap.
Ah! Ah, great. You're gonna love this. I have 44 more dwarf jokes.
Woo woo!
Oh.
Love them. Let's go. Dwarf jokes.
So you find your seat or what have you, and then within a few moments, our old pal Bertrand, head of the city watch, will make his way into the tavern. Ooh, it's not too crowded today, is it?
Courtesy of
Not with
Hubert.
entertainment like this.
Tell me about it. I've seen some comedians who I would definitely classify as a hoot. He's not one of them.
Get it?
Persistent.
There is something to be said about persistence and a wisdom in knowing when to give up.
Nice.
But you
okay.
know who doesn't give up?
Who's-
Us! And I'm gonna
Do
slam
tell.
down the King in Yellow's.
The glob, right? Like we took away like a glob of something.
Oh, his core. I think you're keeping on to that, but you're given the cloak. Is that the
Yeah.
move?
Well, it was like the cloak and the glob. It was
Right,
like
right,
we
right.
got him. We didn't
Yeah.
just go to
Yeah,
a store.
yeah. Which you didn't go to a party city.
Yeah.
I
no.
got a yellow robe.
So are you putting both on the table then?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, well, now you all continue to impress. We have, presumably, from the King in Yellow, and I'm afraid I don't recognize this putty-like thing. Could you elaborate?
Oh no, yeah, that's him. Well, what's left of him?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was a whole bunch of worms, like our centipede kind of things. He was a bunch of bugs.
Oh,
They were like all on that, filling out the cloak.
well, I've snacked on a few bugs in my day, but not any that composed a serial killer.
I wouldn't
Yeah, I
recommend
think it's fair
you.
to say. Sorry, go ahead.
So I wouldn't recommend you snack on these, as they're likely to bite back, and he'll show the kind of scabs and scars that he has.
Oh, that looks rough. Are you feeling okay?
I'm feeling quite fine.
Good
Just
to know.
needed a long, long sleep.
Good to know. And what was that, Bo?
Oh, I was just saying that I think it's fair to categorize these as outside of normal.
That
Especially
would
with the glob.
that would make sense. All right, well, you've done the work, and it was a bounty of 150 gold, was it not?
Yes.
I
was.
believe it might have been 180.
Which was it?
Oh, I'm totally bluffing, by the way.
Oh, okay, okay. I was like, I'll double check my notes, but did you want to roll?
I feel like that's incorrect, but I'll look.
No,
Do you-
I'm just bullshitting, but yeah, I'll roll for the
Okay.
bullshit.
Yeah, go for it.
Okay. Click on my character sheet.
Can I assist with that?
Sure.
I mean, really, it should be much larger, given the amount of danger and traps it took to tracking him down. It seemed that he might have been involved in some kind of gang warfare, quite dangerous. I'll have you know.
Who's living in the sewer?
Yeah.
15. Well, I do believe it was 150 written on the poster, but being the head of the city watch does have its perks. What say we just bump it up to he counts 89 would also be there technically, so he's gonna, let's just make it easy and divisible by 4. Call it 172. 172 who?
Sure.
Sure.
All right, so 172 gold between the 4 of you. I think that's
Very
64 apiece.
kind.
63 apiece.
43 apiece if we give
43. my bad, yeah.
8-9 his share.
Yeah, so there you go. So 43 apiece. Well, it's a job well done. I thank you all very much for your service.
I feel like this is like the most money we've made in just like rapid succession and low level in any D&D campaign we've done.
Yeah.
Up there.
Yeah, I can't wait for the gold-eating zombies to show up this episode.
Look, I'll kill him.
Well, all right then. That bounty is settled. Shall we be off to the castle? I believe you're wanted.
Hopefully
You're-
not for crimes. Can you
I didn't
imagine?
do anything.
No, your company, your company. Shall we be off then? He'll stand up from the table. His like tuft belly will probably bump the edge of the table again, like it did with his desk. Let's go. And you will follow him through the streets until reaching Castle Shore, which is kind of it overlooks the port a little bit. It's kind of how I'm thinking of it in my brain. And yeah, he will escort you there. So I'm not gonna say it's a super long walk, but you're probably 20-25 minutes to get there, and then there's a wait before you can actually enter the castle. But you are being escorted by him, so you will get your entrance, and he will take you inside. Inside, it is ornate, but it's not overdone, right? Like, it's not like super gaudy, like all sorts of jewels or whatever flashing in your face. It's more about like the cut of the stonework, the tapestry, the way the sconces and torches are lined up, the just general craft of it. This was obviously designed by the best to house the royal family, with, like I said, without being too showy. It's functional. It's not flashy. And you'll be led inside, up some stairs, into sort of a meeting room, a council room, if you will. And Bertrand will go up. He will do a knock. And from inside, you just hear, "All right, enter." And then, well then, are you all prepared? Because there are some pretty powerful people on the other side of that door.
It's as ready as I'll ever be.
Henry's like frantically putting like bobby pins in her hair, making sure it looks halfway decent. Like, let me just like straighten up everything real quick. Like,
You look just fine, Henry. It's okay.
you just said.
Is there any kind of like way we're supposed to bow to them or anything? Any kind of etiquette we should know about when we get inside?
Well, it's only recently that Raylan has even taken the throne, so most of the customs would just be the traditional standing with respect and, not being rude.
Alrighty then, I will not bow.
Don't worry about too much of that. Just be polite, and if you have things to say, say them. Conversation is invited. Debate is invited. No one here is, overpowering the other, shall we say.
Sure. They should come
But
to
one
my
of them is a
castle
king,
next time.
right?
Oh, well, what King Raylan says goes, of course, but he welcomes discussion. At least in his first 36 hours of reign.
Well, it's showtime.
All right. And he will open the door and you will enter. And inside you will see the king, the newly crowned king, good old Rayland. Seated next to him is his at least sort of interim advisor, because having been sort of suddenly raised up to being king, he had to kind of very quickly pick the equivalent of a Game of Thrones hand, essentially. So next to him is this is, let me make sure I get the name right, because it's technically the father of Andrew's NPC from the elephant thing. Where is it? Tora Sayer Grassweaver, who's also the warden of kind of the eastern portion of this kingdom. Important fella. Seated next to him. Also around the table, you have the head of the army, who is this pretty sweet looking Leonin. And these are all, like counselors. So none of these names, like you would know all these names. So that's why I'll give them to you. So you got this Leonin. That is Sarash Greatmane. Next to him is the sort of minister of all religious kind of stuff. That is Holy Mother Mithrid Whitelong. And the next to her is the head of trade, a fella who is known as Ganlin the Once Orc. So called because he is clearly an orc, but for some reason is like weirdly human looking. No one's really sure why, but he is the master of trade. And then completing the council is Bertrand, who is the head of the City Watch, who you are acquainted with. So these are the... Thank you. I'm glad you like the name, Sid. So, yes, you enter, you see the folks around the table, and Raylan here, the king, will sort of not stand, but he'll kind of do like the lean forward kind of on the table a little bit, you know, like the kind of fingers down on the table and lean, just like, I want to make sure I get this. I'm not going to get this voice right, but this voice, like, I just want you to picture, the name escapes me, but Stannis' right-hand guy from Game of Thrones.
Yeah. Sir Davos.
Davos, thank you. That is 100% who. That's the vibe with this guy. It's 100% this guy. Also the head of the intelligence agency thing, a three-body problem. So that guy, Liam Cunningham? No, Liam something is the guy's name. I'm pretty sure. Anyways, so yeah, so he would just do a lean forward, just like, all right. So you're the ones then who I've been told a lot of things about. You brought in a sort of throne usurper, which we should be talking about. And I've heard you're bringing me an important piece of paper that was found in her pocket. Is that true?